So he goes bunch. I believe I went cover 9 again. That is my basic defense that I play against bunch. And it's great against bunch because for a lot of reasons. As I stated before, it checks in the steal. Okay, so he poaches for a front side crosser. Okay, but it also, if you run into like 4 verts, right? If you play regular quarters coverage, this window is wide open to hit this player, but not against cover 9, right? Because this guy cushions inside against that route, so you cannot throw it. I've gotten interceptions against players that try to rip that in there. Doesn't happen, right? And he's able to do that because of the structure of the defense. So hopefully I get into that in a different video. But he ends up running, I believe, inside zone here. As you see, double team. No split zone there. We stop him. Runs it again, I believe. Inside zone. Oh no, this was a bootleg. You can go back. And this is where I was kind of irritated with my safety here, because he did not play that route. You see how he came late? I think the play action has something to do with that. We'll move on to the next one. Gun wide trips weak. So here I could have played cover 2 match. I could have played pretty much anything I wanted based upon what my opponent is doing. I think the optimal coverage against what my opponent has shown so far is cover 2. Whenever you run into an opponent who's running stuff that doesn't make sense and underneath routes trying to run like slant, 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 right? Cover 2 is the way to go. I would call like cover 2 match, because when you call cover 2 match and you get surprised and he doesn't run slant, 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 and the run inverts up the field, well, it converts into 2-man, right? So I went with cover 9. So obviously I decided to go with cover 9 here. So again, he's reading backside 3. I mean, front side 3. These guys are man. And what he ends up doing here is flat, go, slant, slant. I believe you're in slant too. Okay. So he should run with the flat because he's manned up here. I believe he takes 3 inside underneath. If 3 were to go deep and cross, the safety would take him. He matches this inside, and I did a bad job of squeezing on this guy. Okay. Exactly what happens. Minimum game. So here I'm still in cover 9, and it's in a steal coverage. And you see what I did there. So I moved this guy a little bit more inside, and I apexed the 2 and 3 while still playing steal. And I did that so if you run what he just ran, this guy has better leverage on that inside route. And obviously we want him to take that as well, okay? And then I'll have better leverage on that inside route. But I'm expecting him to run something different, like something up the field. So I'm prepared to turn and run with this. You don't know, while you play cover 9 steal, when these guys go upfield like this, it converts into 2-man. Now, not the cloud flat though, but that's why I user this player, right? That's why I user different players in different defenses to optimize the different coverages, right? So using a different player in a specific coverage can make the coverage play 1,000 times better, right? So obviously, the video on cover 9 steal. I believe he runs something, I think I wrote it down, where he ran a go, ran like this, and I believe the 3 ran to the flat. So what I do in cover 9 steal is, I ride this up the field and try to pass it off to the safety if I see someone leaking into the flat and I'm looking to trap that route. I just came down a little too late here, as you'll see, and it's 4th and 5. So bad job on me in regards to recognizing down in distance. I should have been coming down right now. Okay. Also in cover 9 steal, I should have moved him further outside. That's the whole point of cover 9 steal, really. Came down late, looking to try to make a tackle. Gets a first down. Okay, I believe this is a run. Like some type of inside zone. Still in cover 9 steel. And look, I learned my, I learned my mistake there. Move the safety up. Now we're in prime position. And what he's going to do here is 4 verts. Upfield, upfield, upfield. So watch what this player does. He's going to take that route. Man to man, man to man. He's going to turn inside leverage on this guy. Safety's over the top, and I can play inside leverage up here. So everything should be taken away against this, and then the quarterback just leaks out. So you can see how cover 9 steel interacts with that. Uh-oh. The dreaded gun tight Y off, right? Or gun tight offset tight end, or etc. You guys know the formation. I'm pretty sure this can be a problem, right? Well, you guys know how I am, man. I want to know what actual professional teams, how they defend these specific formations. And I ran into a file. I dug in search, found this guy. I think one of you guys referenced him to me on Twitter, and I checked him out. This guy had a file where you can check out a whole bunch of NFL teams, playbooks. I looked at Vic Fangio's playbook, 194 pages, etc. And I found a page where it had how to defend stack with different concepts. So I'll show you that now. Okay, so I'm gonna, we're gonna try to simulate a lot of those different, defenses against stack sets, right? Because that's essentially what gun tight Y off, gun tight offset tight end, gun offset tight end is really like a bunch on one side and a stack on the other side, and Madden plays it horribly on the stack side, right? So that's what we need to fix. Okay. But I decided to play the lock and level cover 1 type of deal. Now, obviously, I make adjustments. Okay, so this is what I decided to do against this formation. See what he does from this formation. So with this, we press the point man. Very important. If you were to press both of these players, if everyone was of equal skill here, right? All rated 90, 99, right? Everyone, there's no weakness in anyone's game, right? This player would have an easier time beating the jam as opposed to this player, okay? Because he has more space to work with. He's off of the LOS as opposed to this player. So that's why when you play certain defenses, you got to be aware of who's on the line, and you may want to press that player, and you will see a difference. The guy will jam his ass up, right? Where it just makes it so hard for him to get off the LOS. So with lock and level, when you press this player, he's at a different level as you, right? So if they were to run like a pick route and cross, that doesn't concern us. It's because we're not going to run into each other because we're at different levels, right? So when you play cover 1 in Madden against like bunch, it automatically checks into lock and level, right? And when I get into this tight offset and I'm playing cover 1 with lock and level, I press the point man here, okay? Then I play with outside leverage, okay? In this particular play, I decided to play the corner on the outside, and I'm going to read this player, okay? If he takes immediate steps inside as if he's running a drag, then I'm just gonna overplay that really hard, making sure I don't run into my players as I run across, okay? So hopefully I make a video on gun tight offset tight end. A lot of different defenses you can play. I play cover 9, Cover 4 apex corner 0 is something that I went over in my membership tab. A lot of different things you can play against it. You don't have to feel helpless against gun tight offset tight end, okay? But my opponent decides to do this run action, and I just went for it. I'm like, yeah, I'm just going for it. And we get a tackle for a loss, I believe, yes. I decided to go cover 9. I don't think I should have did that. I think I should have went cover 2, because I'm noticing this guy sets like this. He's just trying to get inside, as you see here. And you notice how the routes just do not complement each other really at all. So cover 2, I mean, if I go over it now, what did he do? Inside this, I don't know what he was doing, but had I played cover 2 match, obviously I would have took that away. This guy would have been outside leverage on this route here. Yeah. So again, we see right away different tools in the toolbox are optimal against different things. Your opponent is doing things where he's just not making any sense with his routes. That's where cover 2, that's probably why I've been destroying with cover 2 match lately, because a lot of players just don't make sense with their routes, right? That's just beautiful right there. So I think here I had to have been playing maybe regular cover 2, no, cover 9. Okay, so cover 9, there are run fits. I know my responsibility here. Inside, okay, you fit inside, I have to fit here, right? I cannot let anything get outside here because the safety plays so bad. I would like for this defense, it would be even better if the safety played correctly. If he read the offensive tackle, or if he read this player, and the second he sees him block, he can know, okay, I can trigger down for the run, right? And his job in that specific situation would be to just make me right? So if you think about it, okay, if I fill inside, well then to make me right, you fill outside of this player, right? However, if for whatever reason I play like dog shit, right, and this player seals me off, well then now you should fill inside. You just make me right every single time. The game doesn't do that. So that's why when you play the run in cover 9, you have to fill hard inside, right? You don't want to be outside here and they get like a nice alley here, right? So I do that, and I read, the second I see the number 2, get my guy there, I know to trigger right away. Right there, right? Look how I'm already crashing down. This is my responsibility.
Collins in the shotgun on 3rd and 6. And it's an inside handoff, and making the tackle is Polamalu.
Check out the speed of Troy Polamalu here. He was about 10 yards off the ball and absolutely ripped up and caught him in the backfield.
Okay, I believe I'm still in cover 9. And I triggered late there. So watch this. He picks up the deep crosser because we're in cover 9. It checks into steal, man to man, man to man. He just gets out leveraged here, right? But this, again, it's a trappy coverage, right? Because with Verts here, I just hand off these guys to the safety, expecting him to play adequately against that. And we're just trapping route to the flat. I like to do that until my opponent can prove that he can punish me for doing that. Right now, I should be flying down. But I was a little late. I believe this will be the last play of this video, of this boring video. gun doubles Y flex. Forgot what I played here. Maybe 2 match. Oh wow, yeah. So what am I doing, guys? Now I'm playing an exotic pressure of cover 2 match. So what did I play? Oki roll 2. So, okay. So the beauty of this, it's cover 2 match. Why? Because they're soft squat, and these vert hooks will match vertical routes because there's no middle read on the field, right? If you remember, when you play cover 2 and you put these guys in soft squats and you turn the middle read into anything else other than the middle read, these guys will play match principles, right? Well, we don't have a middle read player, so they will match principles. So it's already cover 2 match. The problem is that we don't have a middle read player. So what do? Well, I just user the player on this side where the number 3 is, number 2, and this is the player I'm going to play with that relate to the number 3, right? So this is how you develop, exotic type pressures while playing the cover 2 match behind it. So hopefully I made a video on that. Maybe I'll leave a link. If I haven't made a video on that, obviously there won't be a link. And again, the rules are the same, right? Exactly the same. But I'm expecting him to go to the flat. And whenever I see that, I'm expecting something to come in, which would be the new number 3, and I overtake that. And I think I got an interception here. Yep. Goes to the flat. So he will be the new number 2. I'm already playing inside for the number 3. Number 3 goes back out. I remain inside. Is now, guess what? He's the new number 3, right? This wasn't an interception. It wasn't actually. And first down for us. Let's go back. So I'll leave it at that, I think. What is he running? I believe he's going out like this. He's going slant. He's going flat. Again, like it's really not making sense here, right? It's just not. Yeah, he panicked, and then we got the pressure coming in. So, the only thing he got going is you do get like a somewhat high-low read over here, okay? But the routes are like a little bit too close together, okay? And then he sees the pressure coming too, right? This guy's not going to get open because he's running inside to where the help is. Our guy stays in the window here. Okay, but this is where, I don't like the rules of the safeties in cover 2. They play so horribly. Because if we think about the safety here, he should be reading. The second he sees 1 go underneath like that, then he can just read number 2 all the way, right? And look to overplay this route, which would allow this guy kind of trigger down. I guess there's a lot of different ways you can play it. You can play in the window of this, so we don't give up the big throw, and then you rally to the ball underneath. I would like Madden to just like give us the option to decide what we want to do in regards to how they play it, okay? But enough complaining. He missed that whip route on the outside. Pressure probably played a big part in that, and we're able to get the ball back, okay? So I'll leave it at that, just to kind of give you some insight into how I think in regards to defense. Again, I look at what my opponent is playing, think about the different types of defenses or the shell coverages that would work against what he's playing, the ones that aren't good against the formations that he's coming out in. So I make sure I don't play those. And then as we play, when he runs certain concepts, that's when I condense the type of defenses that I'm playing to the ones that actually are good against what he's doing, right? And then we just give our opponent problems and we go from there. So I'll leave it at that. I hope you somewhat enjoyed this boring video, but maybe I provided some insight for you and you can kind of take that with you. All right, man, peace.